There are many interviews with the folks who have worked on these movies, and so depending on who you listen to and what you say, sometimes you get different stories, but
Mm.
the things that seem to be generally agreed on are that the initial idea was actually from a script written by Jeffrey Reddick. And he was writing a spec script for the X Files. And what a spec script is a script that you write basically as a sample because you hope you want to try and get a job as a writer. So you can do a spec script of a TV show that already exists. So it's like you have the model for the show and you imagine an episode that you would want to see. Or you can do a spec feature, which is a feature that you write without being hired to write it, and then you hope to sell it. Usually, if you're writing a spec TV script, you're not necessarily hoping to sell that script. You're hoping to use it as a writing sample that you submit to the producers or the studio so that they say, oh, yeah, you understand this world. You get how this works. You'd be a great writer for the show. So you're looking to get staffed in some way. But in the
Mm.
case of Final Destination, this started as an idea for a spec script, and he
Mhm.
wrote it and then actually showed it to some friends of his who said, actually, this is a really good idea. You should write this as a feature. So he wrote a version of it as a feature. Eventually, it did get bought by New Line, and they brought in another pair of writers, Glenn Morgan and James Wong, who also directed it. Ironically, they had worked on the X Files.
No way.
Yeah. So
Wow.
throughout the course, and this is very, very, very common as different writers work on different projects, things go through development. Um, there were changes that were made, changes were made to the original concept. Some stuff stayed the same, some stuff was different.